Welcome to Royal Pride. I'm Tim Rutherford here with Eastern Hancock Athletic Director Aaron Spalding. Welcome, Aaron.
Great to be here.
Back for another year. 2019-20 school year is underway. The fall is a lot better than spring sports. You're not having a lot of rainouts.
That is true. Weather has been reasonably cooperative thus far.
We even got the cross-country meet in this year for the junior high at Eastern Hancock, though it did threaten to storm that morning. And I believe it did storm right after we finished it.
Yeah, we ended up having to delay. We hosted conference tennis that day, and they didn't make it. It takes a little bit longer, and they didn't finish theirs.
Yeah. Well, we're going to get started because fall sports are well underway now. Most of them are mid-season right now. Probably by the next time we have our show, some of them will have already played in their sectional.
Yep, absolutely.
We're going to start with out on the courts. The boys tennis team have had a pretty good start to the year.
They've had an outstanding start. They are 5-2 in dual matches on the year, and then they've played in some tournaments. As I mentioned, the conference was at Eastern Hancock, and they actually won the conference. I believe that is the first time we have won a conference in tennis since 2008. Over 10 years, so it's a big accomplishment for our team. And then we had a couple, the way tennis works, you have 1, 2, and 3 singles, and then you have one doubles and then 2 doubles. So we had a couple champions in those individuals. Cody Huff was the champion at the #1 singles. And then Sam Blocker and Bryce Winnan was the champions at 2 doubles in the MEC. So, and overall they were team conference champs, which is a big deal for us. It's been a long time since we've hoisted a trophy.
Excellent, and I know that there are a couple of seniors on the tennis team, but I think they have some young players as well in our middle school program. I think they still have like 100 players.
Yeah, they do. They're doing great. We are reasonably young. I think of our top 7, I mentioned the 3 singles and then 2 doubles teams. I believe we just have 1 senior. So, and then the middle school is doing well. As I've got listed here, our middle school team just won an invitational this Saturday at Shenandoah. The girls, the way tennis is set up for middle school, both boys and girls tennis is in the fall, even though girls high school tennis is in the spring. But the team won, and the way Shenandoah has an interesting, it's kind of a mixed doubles tournament, meaning it's true co-ed. Most sports are co-ed. That they won this. They won a doubles tournament at the Shenandoah Invite this weekend, and overall though the girls team is undefeated on the year. So we got our middle school invite coming up this Saturday for tennis, and then later on down the road, I think we play in the Noblesville Invitational, so we'll see how they fare there.
Excellent. So great start to the boys tennis season, and then also in the junior high, both girls and boys having a good start to the year. That's always good. I know we were talking the last couple of years. We've had young teams and they're looking for development.
Yep.
And thought it was going to happen, and it looks like that is exactly what's happening.
It's starting to see some fruit.
Excellent. We're also going to go talk about another team that's had some success early, the girls golf team, really having a pretty good season.
Yes, they're having an outstanding season. Once again, this is a team that's done better than they've done in some time. Currently 12-8 overall in the year. And the way golf works, it's like, the year starts and boom, it's over. But they're 12-8. Some highlights for the year. There's really several highlights. Early in the year, Jocelyn Duncan broke the 9-hole school record. She shot a 41 at Arrowhead early against Mount Vernon. Then we finished 4th overall in the conference, but we had 2 all-conference performers, Jocelyn Duncan again, and then Haley Cavaletto were all-conference. The way all-conference works in the MEC, there's 10 overall schools, but the top 12 golfers at the meet receive all conference honors, so congratulations to those 2 girls. And then just a little bit ago, we broke the team 9-hole school record against Shenandoah and Wapahani. That was at Tri-County Golf Course, which is Shenandoah's home course. We shot a 196.
That looks an awful lot like you and I's 9-hole score added together.
Well, maybe just mine. I don't know.
And that's 5 golfers, right?
Well, the way golf works up, you do golf 5, but you take the top 4 scores is what 4. That is. So that's how that works.
Well, that's not bad. 4 of them had the score that you and I could have.
Yeah. So, and then as I mentioned, it's here and gone. The sectional is actually this Monday. This coming Monday is when their sectional is. Just because of weather purposes, they get it done pretty quick.
So they're well beyond mid-season then.
Yes, they're in the latter parts of it, but they'll be at the links this Monday. The way golf works, because they can't get a course for a sectional on the weekend. It's actually so they'll miss some school that day on Monday to go compete in the sectional at the links.
Excellent. Well, we're going to jump to the cross-country team out on the course. I know there have been some in the high school level. Some boys have done really well. I know right now we only have 1 girl running at the high school level. The middle school, there's a couple of runners doing really well. We have one that's finishing every time we run an invitational in the top 5. Let's start with the high school. Really had some success. The boys team has performed well in invitationals. They haven't won one yet, but have been in the top 3 or 4 teams almost every time. Yeah,
they're doing a nice job. The boys have good solid numbers. Nobody that's just exceptional, but a lot of really solid kids. The top 2, Daniel Campbell and Nick Edwards, have had some top 10 finishes in some pretty big races. I know the Indiana Wesleyan Invitational and the Monroe Central, both those had top 10 finish. And Nick also, in just earlier this past Saturday at the Randolph Southern Invitational, had a top 10 finish. So they're both those guys having nice years. And we got some other kids, solid contributors. So they're doing a nice job. And as you mentioned, on the middle school side, we have a couple kids who are really excelling. Preston Markley on the boys' side and Olivia Evans on the girls' side, both doing outstanding. Preston and Olivia won the Invitational at Eastern Hancock individual winners, and they've had several top 10 finishes as well. Hopefully, I imagine they can really compete for the county, which is coming up here. In the next, week or so, maybe 2 weeks. And then I know the conference meet is on the 28th at Blue River. So hopefully they can compete well for that. So looking for some good things from them and from the cross-country team as a whole. Like I said, we only have one girl competing at the high school level, Ashton Willis, who's doing a nice job. She's solid. Hopefully next year we get some more girls out on running cross country.
Right, and Preston has been in most of the Invitational's top 5. And Olivia's been in the top 5 several times, but I know Preston only a 7th grader, so looking for a couple.
And Olivia's just a 7th grader as well, and she won the county as a 6th grader.
Yes, excellent. So we're looking forward to good things there. We're going to take a quick break here at Royal Pride, and when we come back, we're going to talk about volleyball and then go to the gridiron.
Let's face it, you've outgrown your internet speed. With Ninestar Connect, you get the speed and reliability you need with 24/7, 365 support. So don't get left behind. Choose the internet speed that fits your needs. Visit Ninestar Connect's ChooseYourSpeed.com.
Welcome back to Royal Pride, and we're going to move back into the gym. Only it's not basketball this time. We talk a lot about basketball throughout the year because we have that group there that, but the volleyball team is doing okay. They're pretty young. We've had this talk a lot of times about programs. The core is a young core of this group. There are a few seniors, but overall there are 4 sophomores that are playing valuable minutes right now with the girls varsity volleyball. So They've started the season. They're 6-13 now. Got another conference win last night. So in the Munciana Conference, as we call it, they are 2-4 in the Munciana Conference. So a decent start to the year. Maybe not as many wins as they would like.
Sure. Yeah, we all go through these times, and you go through cycles, especially at a smaller school, where you go your ups and downs. And right now they're young, as you mentioned, and competing. But as you mentioned, they've won some. They're competing, and our conference, as you mentioned, is very tough. So they're doing a good job, and kind of leading the way for them. Lily Hunt is just a sophomore, and she leads us in a lot of statistical categories. And then, as you mentioned, we got several other young kids playing a lot of minutes, or I guess it's not minutes in volleyball. It's
points.
It's points, a lot of points, a lot of games. So we expect good things. I know we've had some good things happen in the middle school. I know 8th grade beat Greenfield and Mount Vernon this year in dual matches. And I know the youth program's coming up. So Coach Rainbolt's doing a great job. Sometimes it just takes some time and some experience for those young kids to start seeing some. We were talking about this like with boys tennis and golf a couple of years ago, and we'll see the same thing in volleyball. I'm confident of it.
Excellent. And we got another match this week. It's with South Decatur, another winnable game for the girls. So, and then they actually get a Saturday off. They'll have their second Saturday in a row off.
Yep, exactly. Volleyball's, they're in a little way kind of like baseball and softball. The season's not terribly long, but they play 28 games, so, or at least I think it's 25 now, plus a couple tournaments you're allowed to play. So they play a lot. Weekends, weeknights, a lot. So it's not a real long season, but very intense while you're in it.
And sectional for that will probably about the time we're recording the next show. So
it's October. I think the second week in October.
It's the week after fall break, so I think it starts the 14th, maybe
something of that nature. So we'll, hopefully make some noise there and see where we go.
Excellent. Well, we're going to move out to the gridiron. Our football team has had a very good start to the season. We opened up with the Tour of Indiana road trip.
Yeah.
I don't know who our AD is. But
well, evidently the AD's pretty smart because we're 3-0 on the road, 0-1 at home.
Yeah, you're going to schedule them all on the road.
That's right.
I had a tough one on Friday night. Really played fairly well. Just had some turnovers that cost us a chance for the Heritage Christian
As you
game.
mentioned, our first 3 games, we were pretty dominant. There's a new rule in football now. If you're up by 35 or more in the second half, the clock just runs. So the first 3 games that happened, they were pretty quick second halves because the clock just ran because we were up by that amount in each one. So really did a good job there. And then, as you mentioned, Heritage Christian, an excellent team. But I think physically we were right there. We committed some turnovers that really cost us. I think if my memory serves me correct, we had 2 turnovers that led directly to touchdowns. We had 3. Oh, wow, 3. On a home game, I'm not always able to watch, but I remember
I think there were 3.
We had a snap. I know we had a snap where they recovered it and took it back. And then we had an interception for a touchdown. I'm not confident.
The last score was too.
3. So anyway, I think if we take care of that, we can compete really well with some of the better teams. Our sectional is very tough. You've got Cecina in there, as is Heritage Christian. And you've got some other teams, Shenandoah, that are going to be pretty good. So.
A good opportunity that we're going to give another chance at Heritage Christian.
Hopefully we'll get another bite at that apple.
So I guess if you're only going to win one, you want to win the one in the tournament, right?
That's right. That's exactly right.
So we've also got some statistics here. I know our quarterback, we've been throwing the ball a lot more this year, and Houston Swan has had a pretty good start to the season.
Yeah, he's just a sophomore, as a lot of our skilled kids are, just sophomores. He's thrown in 4 games for a little bit over 1,000 yards a game. He's completing almost 70% of his passes, which is excellent at any level. And then he's thrown 15 touchdowns and 6 interceptions, which also an excellent ratio at any rate. So, like I said, just a sophomore, he's going to make a mistake here and there. When you're young, but seen some big improvement. He played for us and started for us as a freshman. Seen some real nice improvement from last year to this year. The way our schedule is kind of set up, and we'll see the growth here as we started out. The opponents weren't as strong, but now we're gonna move into some pretty tough opponents. So we'll have to see how we are there. But he's doing an excellent job. Leading us in rushing is senior Victor Olivo. He was over 1,000 yards last year, if my memory serves me correct, on the year. But he's rushed for right at about 200 yards this year thus far. With all those yards passing, obviously there's going to be some decent numbers receiving. Cole Rainbolt leads us in catches at 19, in yards at 254. But also, the last couple weeks we have an addition. J.P. Fox has been a good addition that joining. We had some transfer stuff to work out before that happened. But he's I think almost at 200 yards right there. He's just had 2 games, so I think he'll be a great weapon for us. On the defensive side of the ball, Garrett Friesen, I believe he's a senior. Has led us in tackles with 33, doing a great job. Tyler Vanderfleet has 3.5 sacks, and then Cole Rainbow leads us in interceptions with 2. So really proud of the guys. Got a good start. Hopefully we can carry it on towards the end of the year.
We have a huge game coming up this weekend in our biggest rival.
Yes.
Just a few miles up the road on 40 there.
Yes.
We play Knightstown. It is a home game this year. We're going to go get the anvil back, right?
Yeah, we hopefully a pick comes up here for our viewers. About 14 years ago, we created this plowshare anvil that on the thing with half red, half blue painted, and like I said, it's been this will be the 14th meeting, and to show you how kind of close the rivalry is, it's Eastern's won it 7 times, Knightstown's won it 6. We had a big prior to last year, we had won 5 straight. But then Knightstown got us back last year to make it 7-6. So we're hoping to take that back this year and keep it at Eastern Hancock.
And I believe they just have 1 loss on the season too, so
Yep.
it should be a good matchup. You mentioned earlier our schedule's starting to get into the meat of our schedule now as we get warmed up, hopefully here about mid-season now. So get warmed up for the sectional play and hopefully be able to take down some of those opponents there as well. Well, we're going to take another break here on Royal Pride. When we come back, we're going to talk about one of our coaches and our Schultz Strong Week that's coming up.
Where is it? You want to go find it? Look at all the things you can. Oh,
This is good.
it's
Really good.
It's all right. I still have a lot of things I want to change.
Like what?
It's just not where I want it to be yet.
Let's make your film.
You really think we can do it?
We made a kid. Think we can make a movie.
Great. Cut.
Hey, you can't be doing this out here.
Oh, sorry, man.
Yeah, we'll leave. Okay, one more time, guys.
So what's the next shot? What if we change this line?
This one or this one? What if it sucks?
You're always second guessing yourself. It's not gonna suck.
Here we go. Hurry before the sun goes down.
Okay, right here.
Welcome to Royal Pride, and we are back here for our third segment of the day, and we're going to open up somebody near and dear to all of our hearts. He's coached in all 3 seasons for a long time.
Yep.
He is Mr. Eastern Hancock, Clayton Schultz.
Yep.
Earlier this year was diagnosed with lymphoma, the non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and is currently battling that. And he's in and out of treatment now for, it's going to be about 6 months or a little more, I think, overall before they're done with the treatments. Has had some good reports. The last report was really good, that things were looking like the treatment was effective. But we're going to honor him with a Schultz Strong Week here coming up.
Yeah, it seems fitting. Clayton, as he loves football. Not that he doesn't love all the sports, but football is probably a little. But he's coached football. This is my 21st year at Eastern Hancock, and I know he's coached football every one of those years at various levels. He's coached middle school basketball for us all those years and sat on the varsity bench a number of those years. And then he's been our head track coach for, several years now. And before that, he was an assistant track coach. So he's, as you mentioned, 3 sports, and not to mention an Eastern Hancock grad, an outstanding athlete, and played all 3 of those sports at Eastern. Football, was a North-South All-Star, was a varsity basketball player, and also a shot and discus guy in track. So kind of synonymous with Eastern Hancock sports, and as you mentioned, he was diagnosed last spring with the lymphoma, and at one point it looked very concerning. Not that it's not still concerning, but very concerning that we were worried that it was going to really go south. But he's, as would be expected, he's a fighter and come back, and he's doing great, going through those treatments now, where he's kind of in and out of the hospital. When he's found a way to still be on the sideline, I think, in almost every game, if not every game. I know, if he has, I don't remember. I know he's worried about this Knightstown week because he's got treatment this week and worried that he's not going to be able to get back. But I would lay pretty heavy odds that he'll be on the sideline this weekend. But we're having a Schultz Strong week this week. And just finding ways to help raise for the payment of treatment for him, and just to help his family out some. We'll have this Friday at school already. One of our coaches, Coach Bechtel, has organized T-shirt sales where all the profits of that will go to support his battle. So obviously we'll have a lot of kids and staff members wearing those T-shirts Friday, and then we're going to have a cancer walk towards the end of the day on Friday, where the kids will donate $1, and we'll kind of have a walk supporting cancer, and then we will Friday night, the home football game, we'll take a collection, as well as this Friday as well, kind of give them a plug as well. FFA has their annual hog roast, so we'll be taking donations there for Coach Schultz. So that's just some of the things we're doing, kind of showing what Royal Pride's all about with this, supporting one of our own, and where he goes through this battle.
Well, and Coach Bechtel and I have talked that he had to make it through this. Otherwise, you were probably going to get tossed out of some basketball games, because usually we're the 2 behind you saying, "That's right," and he's the one with the sense trying to pull you back when things need to be taken care of that way.
So we're all we're all praying for him, and just as he battles through this. His son is a senior this year, football player, so. I know it's a big year for them in a lot of ways.
Well, and you mentioned early on it looked kind of bleak early on, but he is a fighter, and now the outlook that he has when you talk to him, and his family has, talking to his mom and dad too, obviously their faith has helped a lot, but he has a really good outlook. He's planning to beat it. Looks like he's on the way to doing that. and looking forward to being able to coach with him many more years.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And I know the impact he's had on the young people's lives at Eastern Hancock for years.
Yeah, he's definitely a favorite among our athletes, that's for sure.
Well, one of the awards that we do kind of exemplifies what he's been to Eastern Hancock. It's a Royal Pride Athlete of the Week award that we give. So far, we've had 4 of those given at the high school level.
Yeah, we do a big thing, and I know we've mentioned on this show before, but I want to talk about it again. The thing we stress is 3 areas in our athletic program. That's character, being of high character and building character, competitive greatness, where whatever it is we're doing our best at, and giving our best, and then leadership that serves, where we're teaching kids to not only think of themselves, but to think of others. So, and every week we try to highlight the kid that is exemplifying this. This is not the person who scored the most touchdowns or who had the most aces in volleyball or won the conference. It could be those people, but that's not what we're looking for. These are kids that are doing stuff right, having great attitudes, being good teammates, working hard. That's what we're looking for. So our 4 athletes thus far who have been nominated, they're nominated by their coach, because they see him on a regular basis. But Haley Cavaletto for girls golf, Nick Edwards for cross country, Nolan Stout for tennis, and Cole Rainbolt for football, been nominated by their coaches. And once again, just showing what Royal Pride's all about. We also have what we call a bracelet program, where if one of our, it could be anybody, a teacher, a staff member, anybody, a coach, sees them doing something with one of those tenets, then we give them a bracelet with that on it, whether it be a leadership that serves, character, competitive greatness. And we do that. We've had several of those as well this year, too many, and I would forget somebody, so I'm not even going to try to talk about. But anyway, so that's some great things going on there.
Excellent. And then as we work on wrapping up the show here, there are some sponsorship opportunities if individuals want. We have family business sponsorships. And the athletic boosters spend a lot of time over the grill at the football games.
Yes, they do.
Don't
They do. So they always our boosters they pretty consistently contribute about $20,000 per year, which I know a lot of schools don't get that kind of support. So they raise about that, and they do family sponsorships that can be purchased through the athletic office. They do business sponsorships that they have a program set up, and this fall they do, as you mentioned, they sell pork burgers at a lot of games. If we don't have we have a couple of football games like this Friday. They probably won't because of the hog roast. You don't want to get in the way of some other people. And I know band one night does a chili supper, but any other night they're doing pork burgers. Selling, and then they've got obviously various other fundraisers that they do on a regular basis as well.
Excellent. So if anybody wants to do that, they can contact the athletic office directly to do their sponsorship.
Absolutely.
All right. Just stop by and see you. Right?
That's right.
Well, that's going to be it for our first show of the year. We're wrapping up here on Royal Pride, and we will see you again next month, and we'll be starting to talk about some sectional happenings. The girls golf will be over, and some of the others will be ramping up, ready to go for the postseason. So we will see you here next month on Royal Pride.